Please remain standing for the presentation of colors. Gentlemen, please remove your hats and please join the Grapevine High School Band in honoring America as they play our national anthem. You now may be seated. Good evening. Welcome to the 2019 commencement exercises. My name is David Denning, and I have the honor of being the principal of Grapevine High School. We take great pride in our Mustang traditions, including respect for others and showing class in all that we do. I ask you to please respect each graduate's moment in the spotlight this evening. Refrain from using air horns, noisemakers, beach balls, or any other things that interfere with the dignity of this evening's ceremony. Thank you for honoring each graduate with your applause. Now please welcome Maddie Rainey, class historian, to deliver the invocation.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you would please join me in a moment of reflection and gratitude for the gift that has been these last 4 years. Our school has done the very best it can to prepare us for this day and what lies ahead of it. And these blessings do not go unrecognized. Teachers, you have worked tirelessly in and out of the classroom to ensure that our future is bright and that our highest goals can be achieved. We thank you for your dedication and tenacity in pushing us to success in our education. Parents and close family members, your encouragement and positivity also have not gone unnoticed. It is with your reinforcement, your guidance, that we are able to sit in these seats today. Graduates, it is time to depart from our comfortable home and go on to new places. Many changes are ahead of us, and we have no other choice but to embrace them with confidence and grace. We have come too far to let uncertainty stop us. Class of 2019, the possibilities of our future are endless, and all the experiences and knowledge that we have gained these past 4 years are now ours to take advantage of. To recall the apt advice from Shakespeare's character Polonius, "This above all, to thine own self be true." Never forget who you are, class of 2019, where you came from, and the people who helped get us here. Never forget Mustang Nation. Thank you so much, and good luck on the thrilling journey ahead of us.
I am honored to introduce the GCISD Board of Trustees and special guests who join me on the stage this evening. Please hold your applause until they have all been recognized. To my right is Dr. Robin Ryan, Superintendent of Schools. Members of the GCISD Board of Trustees, we are proud to have the School Board of the Year for the entire state of Texas. Serving our community, schools, and the students of GCISD is Lisa Pardo, President, representing Place 4. Jesse Rodriguez, Vice President, representing Place 5. Doug Noel, Secretary, representing Place 6. Mindy McClure, representing Place 1. Becky St. John, representing Place 2. Louis Solons, representing Place 3. And Jorge Rodriguez, representing Place 7. To my left, Ryan Cara, valedictorian. Dylan Shaw, salutatorian. Olivia Bradshaw. Madeline Cox, student council president. Grace Carbonari, senior class president. Hayden Jaroska, senior class vice president. Morgan Norona, Senior Class Secretary. Nicole Melcher, Senior Class Treasurer. And Maddie Rainey, Senior Class Historian. Let's welcome them with our applause. Now, I have the honor of introducing 20 outstanding seniors from the class of 2019. These are the top graduates in a class of 419 students. When I call your name, I invite you and your parents to stand and be recognized. Please remain standing until all have been introduced, and audience, please hold your applause until all 20 have been recognized. Number 20, Riley Cleff. Number 19, Lindsay Smythe. Number 18, Nicole Boer. We have a tie at 16. Number 16, Micah Thode. Number 16, Phoenix Nelson. Number 15, Riley Hanna. Number 14, Cortland Putnam. Number 13, Ryan Sparisky. Number 12, Jade Hernandez. Number 11, Shravya Yarlagada. Number 10, Andy Tosh. Number 9, Ruth Schlenker. Number 8, Kara Kalmbach. Number 7, Reagan Isbell. And we have a tie at 5. Number 5, Bronson Zoe. Number 5, Meenakshi Pandit. Number 4, Eric He. Number 3, Olivia Bradshaw. Number 2, our salutatorian, Dylan Shaw. And number 1, our valedictorian, Ryan Cara. Congratulations to these students and their parents and families. Well done. Well done. Thank you, guys. Members of the school board, Dr. Ryan, administrators, faculty, staff, parents, family, graduates, welcome. Today is a celebration of what you have done. It's a time to thank the people who got you here. It's a time to look back and think about the next part of your life. You'll remember this day for the rest of your lives. I still remember my graduation, and believe me, it was a long time ago. Remember last August, you were thinking about the year ahead, and suddenly it hit you. This is my last year here at GHS. Scary and exciting all at the same time, wasn't it? And then just under 2,000 young men and women came into our building and began living as one unbreakable Mustang family. Every one of you could come up here and give your own example of living the Mustang story. The things you learned about yourselves and about the world. The victories that you won, like the girls' golf team's 3rd state championship in a row. The defeats you survived, the performances you gave, the projects you created, and the friendships that you made. You actually lived the Mustang story. High schools across Texas are doing the same thing we're doing today, but I hope you realize how special ours is. Today is the 113th time that graduates have sat where you're sitting. Grapevine High School started serving this community before any of us were even born, before most high schools in Texas were even built, before most of the houses and businesses in the Metroplex even existed. GHS isn't just a school, it is the heart and soul of this community. I realize that not all of you in this audience went to school at GHS, but you're all part of the Mustang family now, and that is pretty special. GHS is a place of service. We touch our community in hundreds of ways that most people never even see. Our theme this year was community. I think of us as a group of concentric circles, one inside the other. The inside circle is our school, the teachers, the students, the staff, the coaches, and everything that we do. There are other circles, the circle of GHS alumni and parents and grandparents and family members like you here today. Then there's a larger circle, the circle of our community. It supports GHS and it cheers us on. It's a community that we love. We make a better, more interesting place to live, even for people who never set foot inside our school. I could give you hundreds of examples of how we make this a better place to live. I'll mention one in particular because it perfectly fits and shows our love for our community. When I came here 4 years ago, I asked everyone to adopt the theme unity. We like to remind ourselves that unity is part of the word community. There is a wonderful program just across the street from GHS called VAST, which stands for Valuable After School Time. Many kids don't have a safe place to go after school, and VAST is a place where these kids are welcomed. It's where students get help with their homework and enjoy enrichment activities with their friends and even have a meal. The VAST program is run by our Grapevine Police Department. All throughout this year, Grapevine High School students have been taking turns spending time at VAST on a weekly basis. These Mustangs have come from more than 15 different GHS organizations, including sports teams, cheer, theater, National Honor Society, and several other National Honor Societies. It wasn't just one group that pitched in to help. It was a complete cross-section of our whole school. In other words, our Mustangs helping future Mustangs. Over the course of the year, GHS students and staff have donated the incredible total of more than 12,000 hours of their own time to VAST and many other organizations within our community. Think about that. Hundreds of students donating thousands of hours of their own free time to talk and to play and to share a smile with others who they don't even know. If anyone tries to tell you that high school students these days only care about themselves, send them over to VAST to see the truth. Why did our students do it? Because it's a century-old Mustang tradition to help our neighbors. It's how we do things around here. I'm so proud of what I've seen from you, our students, parents, faculty, staff, business, and community members, as you came together to make our community a better place. As I close, I want to remind you that GHS is one of the top high schools in the United States, in academics, in sports, in the performing arts, and in so many other ways. That national recognition is something that you can be proud of for the rest of your lives. But we don't sit back and pat ourselves on the back. What we achieved yesterday is nothing more than preparation for what we're going to do tomorrow. So it's time to switch from what you might do to what you will do. Maybe you're starting a job, or going on to college, or entering the military, or maybe you're not sure yet. How will you use your talents? How will you repay the love and support of your family? How will you use all you learned at GHS to create something to be proud of? I leave the answers to you. As you answer those questions, remember that you're part of the GHS family that goes back more than a century. Most of all, remember, in our Mustang family, we help each other, and we stop to take time to help our brothers and sisters in whatever community that we live in. A few days ago, I got a beautiful letter from a family of one of our graduating students, Ethan Spar. With the Spar's family's permission, I'd like to read it. It is addressed to all GHS students. It says, I want to share with each and every one of you how much you have meant not only to Ethan, but to our entire family. When the time comes to say farewell, my words will fail me. So I want to say it now, as I won't be able to get past the tears of gratitude for your kindness and generosity, and tears of memories of all the many times you have made Ethan feel loved. There are also bittersweet tears, because we are moving into a new chapter of Ethan's life, and many of you will be moving into your own new chapters. Thank you for the laughter and the joy each of you have brought to him over the last 4 years. Thank you for showing Ethan true friendship, compassion, and love. We love each and every one of you. Through your actions, you have given us a true appreciation of the upcoming generation and how the world should be and will be, because you are the future of the world. Thank you for being you. No words of mine could match those beautiful words from the Spar family. That's what being a Mustang is all about. So it's time to move on. Know that you're ready for the next step in your lives, that we love and support you, and that it's time to write the next part of your story. Start living the next chapter as soon as you leave this room. Make it a great story. Congratulations, and remember, once a Mustang, always a Mustang. Thank you. And now we'll have the pleasure of hearing from the members of our graduating class who are ranked number 1 and number 2 in the class of 2019. Our salutatorian is Dylan Shaw. He is the son of Maitri and Ramesh Shaw. Please join me in welcoming Dylan.
Good evening, honored guests, parents, teachers, friends, family, fellow graduates, water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony, but everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Okay, as much as I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, and as much as it proves that I am nerdy enough to be speaking in front of you guys today, I do want to welcome everyone and thank you all for being here tonight as we take the next step into our lives. I would also like to thank our tremendous teachers who made GHS so memorable for me and make me so sad to graduate. Without the tireless and endless support that you have provided us, tonight would not be possible. Also, I would like to thank my friends sitting in the audience who I am sharing this experience with today, my parents, my older sister, both sets of grandparents, and the others who have supported me that are here today. Before I continue, though, I'd like to share the definition of salutatorian, courtesy of one of my favorite intellectual sites, the Urban Dictionary. Clockwork Pony defines salutatorian as the less important of two high school students who have to give a speech on graduation day. And I think the fact that Mr. Denning forgot number 2 just proves that more. I'd also like to point out that when people started calling Ryan and I Val and Sal, he told me, and I quote, "Bro," with 5 O's, "Sal sounds so much cooler than Val, what the trash?" So yeah, take that, Urban Dictionary. On a more serious note, if there are 3 things that I think embody my GHS experience, I'd narrow it down to spirit, reflection, and lots of construction, the latter which probably needs no explanation. First, spirit. The inclusive, supportive, and lively environment that surrounds Grapevine's student body allowed me to step out of my shell into the world of #GHSUnity. I went from a shy, unenthusiastic freshman at pep rallies to a senior who performed a very ironic Indian dance in front of the whole school at the talent show with only practicing the night before. Shout out Indian Squad Up. I honestly feel that if I were at any other school with any other people, I would not have been able to do that. And it makes me so grateful that when I look back at that low quality video of our dance, I feel only pride and not embarrassment. Second, reflection. Grapevine has also taught me that your experience in whatever you do depends on what you make out of the situation that you are in. For example, I was disappointed I never got to go on a school field trip to the zoo, but GHS somehow managed to make it up to me time and time again. From having to walk past 5,000 ladybugs that looked like a large pile of spaghetti in the 200 hall freshman year, to scorpions falling out of the ceiling during world history, to our very own horse, Legacy, becoming a unicorn during rivalry week. Everyone had many laughs about Grapevine's own personal zoo. Class of 2019, whatever your plans may be after we receive our diplomas tonight, college, the military, working, or even taking a break, it is extremely important that you take charge of what you wish your life to be and make the most of your situation. Take both the good and the bad, because they work together to shape your collective experience. Without this disposition in mind, it's so easy to say that you peaked in high school, but don't cave to that mentality, and don't let today be your peak, because the beginning of our whole lives is just starting. You might not have noticed how significantly our schooling experience has impacted you. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just high school. But I urge you to look at your past 4 years at a deeper level and really reflect on the lessons that you have learned, the teachers that you have messed with, the relationships that you have kindled with the people you are sitting with today, and the halls that you have walked, or not walked for that matter. I think Pam Beasley said it best in the closing scene of The Office. She said, "There's a lot of beauty in ordinary things, Isn't that kind of the point? Congratulations, class of 19, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I would like to invite Ryan Kara, the class of 2019 valedictorian, to the podium. Ryan is the son of Munira and Rafiq Kara.
Good evening, distinguished parents, respected teachers and faculty, and class of 2019. The day is here. From now on, we won't have to do any more membing or wear our IDs above our waists. I'd like to take a moment to thank my parents and my brother Ramiz for their endless support and encouragement. I also want to thank my grandparents and my extended family for their love and enthusiasm that has kept me going. Most importantly, though, on behalf of our class, I want to express our gratitude and appreciation for our teachers who have worked tirelessly for us and have planted the seed of knowledge that we will forever cherish in our lives. And I also wanted to give a quick shout out to my man Jack Ertz for patiently teaching me how to draw all the complicated econ graphs. Let us take this night of commencement to reflect on the memories and the personal growth that we have all experienced in our 4 years at Grapevine High School. From homecoming and rivalry games, pep rallies, prom, and daily fire drills, to exhausting AP testing, Ms. Turpin's time writings, and Mr. Murray's crazy physics demonstrations, we have encountered a myriad of fun and challenging yet rewarding experiences. I can still remember the time in Ms. Smith's pre-AP chemistry class in 9th grade when Keegan, Aiden, Dylan, Diego, and I decided to hand the wrong quiz to Jaden Serrell. And as everyone else finished the quiz, we watched Jaden struggle for most of the period before Ms. Smith realized he was taking a quiz over something which we hadn't even learned. But jokes aside, this school has truly shaped each and every one of us, whether we realize it or not. GHS is more than just the school that Post Malone graduated from. It is a community of students from all types of backgrounds who come together and who achieve great things. Look at the profile of our class. We earned over $16 million worth of scholarships. We have tons of state qualifiers in cross-country, track, soccer, football, and are 3-time consecutive state champions for girls golf. We have a nationally ranked debate team and an internationally ranked DECA team. We have 5 national merit finalists, and we also creamed Colleyville Heritage this year in nearly all sports. What an impressive legacy to leave behind. As each and every one of you graduate high school tonight, you should be proud, immensely proud, for reaching the stage of your lives. But as we venture out into the real world, we must not forget the additional responsibility that we now have. Today, we live in a world that is becoming divided. Divided within politics, divided within cultures, and divided between nations. Much of this division stems from a clash of misunderstanding of each other. And our generation has grown up in the midst of a booming social media culture, and with rapid technological innovations, it seems that we are more connected than ever before in human history. But we need to pause, really pause, and ask ourselves, does greater potential for connectivity really mean that we are more connected? Oftentimes, we become so engrossed in pointing out the minute differences between us that we fail to recognize the vast similarities that unite us as humanity. However, it is not enough that we be tolerant of others. No, that won't do. We must make a conscious effort to learn and educate ourselves about one another, to embrace each other, and to celebrate the rich diversity across the globe. If we could foster this ethic of pluralism, of a shared sense of community into our lives, our class of 2019 would have an immeasurable impact on society. And as we reflect on the students whose lives were cut short by senseless acts of violence, it is the time now, more than ever, for our youth to come together and forge meaningful connections with the world. Therefore, let us live by our motto of GHS unity and incorporate this value into our daily lives. Lastly, if you could take one thing away from today, I encourage you to remember that more important than what you accomplish is what you can help others to accomplish. I'd like to end with a quote by His Highness the Aga Khan. He says, "There are those who enter the world in such poverty that they are deprived of both the means and the motivation to improve their lot. Unless these unfortunates can be touched with the spark which ignites the spirit of individual enterprise and determination, they will only sink back into renewed apathy, degradation, and despair. It is for us who are more fortunate to provide that spark." Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2019.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Please welcome Morgan Nerona, the Senior Class Secretary, to recognize the academic achievements of the class of 2019.
Good evening. Good evening. At this time, we will recognize several groups of students for their outstanding academic achievements. The senior class of 2019 has been awarded upwards of $16 million in scholarship offerings, a truly outstanding achievement. I would ask any senior who received a scholarship to please stand and be recognized. Grapevine High School would like to recognize the volunteer service of our students in the Community Ambassador Program. The Community Service Ambassador Program requires at least 100 hours of service. The Community Service Ambassadors with distinction are required the same 100 hours of service, but 2 of the years must have 40 hours each. If you are a community service or a community service with distinction ambassador, would you please stand at this time? Thank you. Please welcome Nicole Melcher, class treasurer, to the podium.
Good evening. The President's Award of Educational Excellence provides individual recognition from the President of the United States and the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Education to those students who have a grade point average of at least 4.0 and have scored in the 85th percentile on the SAT or ACT test. If you are a presidential scholar, please stand. University Interscholastic Scholar Award recipients finished in the top 10% of their class and have competed in 1 or more UIL activities during their high school years. Would these students please stand? Students who earn 3 or higher in AP Seminar, AP Research, and on 4 additional AP tests receive the AP Capstone Diploma. This signifies outstanding academic achievement and attainment of college-level academic and research skills. Would the Grapevine High School's first candidates to receive the AP Capstone Diploma please stand and be recognized? They are David Brower, Eric Brown, Eliza Haley, Thomas Ituria, and Mina Pandit. Congratulations. Now welcome Hayden Jaroska, Class Vice President.
Hello. Our next group of honorees consists of students who have elected to serve our nation by joining the military. Would those students joining a branch of the United States military or attending a military academy please stand and be recognized? We would also like to recognize those students who have been inducted into one or more of our 13 nationally recognized honor societies. When I call the honor society, please stand and be recognized. Please hold your applause until I have called all 13 honor societies. Would those students inducted into the Margaret Telford chapter of the National Honor Society please stand? Students inducted into the National Spanish Honor Society, please stand. Those inducted into the International Thespian Honor Society, please stand. Students inducted into the Janie Cavender chapter of the National Art Honor Society, please stand. German National Honor Society, please stand. German. Members of the French National Honor Society, please stand. Those inducted into the Chinese National Honor Society, please stand. Those inducted into the Latin Honor Society, please stand. Students in the Mu Alpha Theta Math Honor Society, please stand. National Science Honor Society, please stand. Those inducted into the Quill and Scroll National Journalism Honor Society, please stand. And finally, those inducted into the inaugural chapter of the Kaylin Renfro chapter of the National Honor Society of Dance Arts, please stand. Thank you. Please welcome Grace Carbonari, 2018-19 Class President.
Good evening. Before I begin, on behalf of the entire class of 2019, I would like to recognize and thank our class sponsors, Ms. Armstrong and Mrs. Lee, as well as our senior prom sponsor, Mrs. Julie McConaughey. We sincerely thank you for all your tireless efforts. 4 brief years ago, we were just timid high school freshmen, worried about getting lost in the halls, not getting booed at pep rallies, and confused as to why the lunchroom was now called the SAC. From there, we have grown into responsible students who have figured out the maximum number of absences you can have without getting seat time. Nearing graduation, the end of our high school careers, it is instinctive to look back on the past 4 years and contemplate the meaning of our time here. Grapevine High School has given us some of our favorite and least favorite memories, both of which have shaped us into the individuals we are today. We have all faced adversity, whether it was getting in a car wreck on the way to school, borderline failing a class, not having a stadium our senior year, or even forgetting your ID and facing the wrath of Mr. Woolman. However, in the midst of these trials, we found ourselves embracing these moments, which have led us to many accomplishments, such as beating Colleyville in a clean sweep, including football, volleyball, basketball, and of course, the memorable donut eating competition.
We have learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable and stretched our boundaries to find new growth. The word commencement means a beginning or a start. And today, we begin to experience the origin of something new. After spending 4 years all together, we now embark on our own individual journeys. And while we can all dream of making a scientific breakthrough or solving world hunger, we all may not achieve such grand things. However, every one of us has the ability to do something great. Whether this is recognized by just a few or perhaps millions, we all have the opportunity to impact those around us. To achieve greatness does not necessarily mean to gain superior wealth, but to create a positive influence in someone's life. Aspire to be great, and congratulations, class of 2019. Mr. Denning, we are now ready to graduate. Would you please present us to the superintendent?
Dr. Ryan, it is my honor as principal of Grapevine High School to present the class of 2019. I confirm that these seniors have successfully completed their course of study as prescribed by the Texas Education Agency and the Grapevine-Colleyville Independent School District.
Mr. Denning, on behalf of the members of the Board of Education of the Grapevine-Colleyville Independent School District, I certify these students as graduates of Grapevine High School with all the rights, privileges, and honors that this diploma signifies.
Thank you, sir. Class of 2019, at the direction of the ushers, your row will stand and proceed forward to receive your diploma.
Ryan Hassan Kara. Dylan Urmesh Shaw. Olivia Ann Bradshaw. Eric Vincent Ha. Meenakshi Srinivasan Pundit. Bronson North Joe. Reagan Grace Isbell. Kara Elizabeth Kalmbach. Ruth Adeline Schlenker. Andy Lynn Tosh. Shravya Yarlagada. Jade Marie Hernandez. Ryan Wallace Boriski. Cortland Roberts Putnam. Riley Renee Hanna. Phoenix Alyssa Nelson. Micah Blazer Thode. Nicole Grace Boer. Lindsay Smythe. Riley Catherine Cleff. Hayden William Jaraska. Kate Louise Dixon. Haley Smythe. Abigail Joyce Swaim. Eliza Rose Haley. Ariane Maya Matthew. Austin Henry Lehman. Kimberly Degwa. Faith Ellen Boaz. Kathan Bujung Shanoy. Cole Tyler Hogan. Diego Philip Fergus. Cameron Edward Hamway. Madeline Grace Lane. Michelle Lynn Fisher. Rachel Corinne Pavlison. Megan Elizabeth Kaufman, diploma presented by her parents, Corey and Al Kaufman, 3rd and 5th grade teachers at Bransford Elementary. Jaden Walker Searle, whose diploma is presented by his mother, Cheryl Searle, 3rd grade teacher at Glen Hope Elementary. Madeline Grace Keeney. Julia Nicole Rash. Samantha Lee Josh.
Kate Annabella Abrahano. David Nathaniel Aldana. Braden Kai Altoff. Noel Isaiah Alvarado. Maricruz Alvarez Olalde. Kirsten Noel Andrews. Cole Jarrett Anthony. Samuel Anthony Anzaldua. Ian Michael Arenza. Caden Enron Aldridge. Abigail Avia Mendoza. Abigail Francis Ball. Cade Thomas Barron. Luke Aaron Bartkowski. Preston Scott Barton. Morgan Elizabeth Bennett. Avery Ellis Stewart Benson. Matthew Craig Bigby. Destiny Tanae Blackwell. Alyssa Nicole Blassingame. Sydney Elizabeth Blackston. Andrew Ashraf Saifine Boshra. Spencer Blake Bowers. Carly Ann Box. David Alexander Brower. Happy Reese Bright. Jonathan Eugene Briscoe. George McDonald Brooks. Ave Maria Elizabeth Brown. Eric Charles Brown. Meredith Lee Brown. Brady William Bruin. Dade Patrick Bryand. Jessica Stephanie Booker. Aaron Viethin Bowie. Riley Nicole Bush. Emma Marie Caffey. Bryce William Kane. Weston David Cairns. Nicholas James Calvary. Christian J.T. Campbell. Sydney M. Campbell. Madeline Annika Campion. Antonio Campos. Cyrus Damian Campos. Grace Pauline Carbonari. Vernice Diana Cartagena Alvarenga. Christopher James Carter. Audrey Michelle Castro. Todd Elliott Celestin Jr. Madison Ann Chadwick. Dylan Taylor Cheney. Gabriella Rose Chapman. Lauren Eva Chazuski. Ashlyn Reagan Cheek, diploma presented by her mother, Robin Cheek, GCISD Benefits Specialist. Carlos Alberto Chicas. Shevin Addison Circucci. David Christopher Clayton II. Alexander Valentinus Clements. Matthew Limanus Clements, Certificate of Completion. Eleanor Ogil Clouet, Foreign Exchange Student, Certificate of Completion. Sean Allen Coffin. Alyssa Ann Collins. Aiden Scott Connors. Roberto Contreras Franco Jr. Bryce Noah Cook. Inez Lee Couch. Madeline Ann Cox. Paul Christopher Cox, Certificate of Completion. Connor David Crome. Aiden Varick Crowder. Hallie Mae Cruson.
Sarah Evelyn Daly. Jacob Armstrong DiGiacomo. Sydney Diane Dell. Ashley Morgan Demaray. Emily Sue Dempsey. Simone Dorensis, Foreign Exchange Student, Certificate of Completion. Stephanie Vin Doe. Adrian Thomas Donnelly. Macy Claire Dow. Timothy Michael Drysdale, diploma presented by his mother, Delana Drysdale, pre-K teacher at Bransford Elementary. Nathan Samuel Easley. Benjamin Luke Easterling. Arvetta Jane Eccles. Hunter Glenn Ellison. Brennan Lee Elrod. Jack Maverick Lee Ertz. Tyler Malik Espadron. Emily Jo Ewing. Catherine McDougal Feitner. Natalie Brooke Feitosa. Sebastian Antonio Falan. Mosiana Jane Finau. Jenna Christine Flam. Wesley Robert Flatt. Juan Francia. Juan Eduardo Franco. Katharina Faith Franstead. Joseph Lawrence Fusco. Vilma Carolina Gatay Amaya. Brianna June Gajewski. Jasmine Lily Gallardo. Hannah Catherine Gallegos. Alfredo Gallegos Ramos. Leah Maricela Momilani Garay. Eric Andrew Garay Trejo. Jaron Dylan Valera Garcia. Ruben Omar Garcia Hernandez, Certificate of Completion. Nathan Thomas Gardner. Walker Hayes Gargliano. Zoe Elizabeth Geller. Chandler Stone Gilbreth. Caitlin Nicole Gillinger. Isabella Rose Gerard. Nicholas Jeremiah Glover. Aiden Alexander Goen. Alexis Ruben Gonzalez. Israel Gonzalez. Samuel Nathan Goodman. Christopher Paul Goodrich. Braden Scott Gordy. Madison Yvonne Gossley. Allison Regina Gossip. Maxwell Anthony Graziano. Elijah William Greisen. Zachary Joseph Galitzia. Kevin Alexis Gutierrez. Joseph Anthony Gutowski. Abigail Hope Hahn. Kennedy Milan Dorothea Haley. Ethan Wiley Hall. Karen Maggie Hanna. Jade Angelica Hatch. Luke Cameron Hebert. Tanner Willem Heemsbergen. Savannah Reese Hefner. Ani Marguerite Hegensbach Gomez. Melissa Hidalgo. Joshua Alexander Hill. Matthew Garrison Hogue. Quentin Schuyler Roscoe Holmes. Guillermo Osvaldo Hueso. Ian Dorsey Hutcherson.
Thomas Carhart Lanier Aturia. Sarah Jane Ivan. Catherine Dean Jackson. Samuel Richard Jackson. Luis Angel Jaimes. Lisette Guadalupe Hassel. Anna Danielle Johnson. Jaden Randall Johnson. Peyton Bryn Johnson. Ryan Mark Johnson. James Parker Jones. Janae Ariane Jones. Lauren Trishelle Jones. Andrea Yasmin Juvera Lopez. Ryan Lee Kalin. Marqueta Cabrola, Foreign Exchange Student, Certificate of Completion. Austin O'Grady Kelly. Lindsay Marguerite Kenny. Ross Allen Kingeter. Hannah Lauren Kirby. Carson James Kirkup, diploma presented by his mother, Lori Kirkup, GCISD Gifted Specialist. Catherine Marie Clapp. Benjamin Kenneth Kowalski. Akari Elizabeth Kubo. Julian Drake Lambert. Zachary Kurt Lasher. Brianna Christina Lasso. John Henry Lee IV. Ariane Zari Liker. Luisa Maria Lezama. William Enrique Lezama. Lucy Lee, sorry. Rachel Elizabeth Marin Lilly, diploma presented by her mother, Chris Lilly, theater teacher at Colleyville Middle School. Jake Turner Lingard. Yarrow Lively. Miles Ray Lucky. Brian Luna Ramirez. Kiara McGee Cisneros. Jackson David Maines. Adam Joseph Marks. Jacob Robert Markham. Anne-Marie Amy Martin, diploma presented by her mother, Sophia Martin, nurse at Colleyville Middle School. Megan Ann Martin. Kendra Leanne Mower. Carter James Maxwell. Nathaniel Abraham Mazariego. Madeline Rose McAdams. Athea Madison McBride, diploma presented by her father, Carlos McBride, Grapevine High School teacher and coach. Jamie Caroline McCarley. Cody Aaron McCauley. Jaden Cameron McClure. Christine Bernadette McCullough. Colin Michael McDaniel. Kendall Danae McKinley, diploma presented by her mother, Shanna McKinley, nurse at Bransford Elementary. Gerges Adley Magali. Nicole Marie Melcher. Omar Alejandro Melendez. Kendall Janae Marigold. Angel Antonio Mesa. Madeline Ann Miller. Nathan Kai Miller. Peyton Ann Mintz. Marcus Estavo Molina, diploma presented by his mother Helen Molina, world languages, foreign languages, Spanish, and LOT teacher at Colleyville Heritage High School. Alexander Charles Monaco. Juliana Danny Montalvo. Kyler Dane Mooney, diploma presented by his parents, Darian and Dayan Mooney, Chief Financial Officer and teacher and coach at Cross Timbers Middle School. Alejandro Moreno Ceballos. Jared Wayne Mraz. Jake Hill Lowry Murdoch. Avia Mwanzia.
Ariel Maya Nance. Olivia Ann Nash. Carol S. Nasser. Jack Ross Neal. Georgia Avery Neal. Gage Edward Nelson. Molly Bray Nelson. Marichi Noye. Z. Gabrielle Wen. Vincent Wen. Morgan Tice Nerona. Mackenzie Kathleen Nucci. Robin Elizabeth O'Hanlon. Marcos Oladley. Joy Ohm. Leah Marie Westhazen. Magdalena Ostrakova, Foreign Exchange Student, Certificate of Completion. Maciel Padilla. Janice Padron. Colton Richard Parsons. Ashvi Patel. Jaden Antonio Pena. Carter Rogers Pennington. Anna Louisa Peterson. Mia Crystal Phelps. Avery Elizabeth Pettit. Diploma presented by her mother, Jennifer Pettit, kindergarten teacher at Cannon Elementary. Grayson Michael Porter. Michael Philip Powell. Rashawn Dwayne Preer. Sean Matthew Price. Caesar Prito. Michael John Pullen. Mineko Ashley Ramirez. Abril Ramirez Garcia. Melissa Ramos Gallegos. Maddie Arrington Rainey. Abby Nicole Rollins. Lindsay Taylor Reichert. Connor Theodore Reinders. Stephanie Michelle Renteria. Joseph Henry Restivo. Peyton Robert Reynolds. Matthew Charles Roden. Cade Michael Rhodes. Beckett Lowell Rice. Garrett Ryan Riddle. Grant Christopher Rigdon. Natalie Lee Staten Reiner. Otto Constantine Rios. Giovanni Vincent Rivera. Emily Tatiana Rivera Lopez. Colin Reese Robichaud. Jordan Marie Rodriguez. Madison Elise Rodriguez. Nathaniel James Rodriguez. Abiel Osvaldo Rodriguez. Ricky Roman. Ariane Romero. Nicole Romero. Jada Renee Rooks. Keegan Jerome Rourke. Jillian Nicole Rowland. Stacy Helen Rowley. Noel Parker Rungi. Eric Jesus Salas. Edgar Noel Salazar. Carlos Sanchez. Jennifer Milagros Sanchez. Diploma presented by her mother, Claricia Milagros Armas, bilingual assessment and parent support specialist at the Language Assessment Center. Jose M. Sanchez Leon. Jose Luis Santiago. Edgar Santiano. Felipe Sarmiento, diploma presented by his mother, Blanca Sarmiento, paraprofessional at Timberline Elementary. Carson Alexander Schaefer. Joseph Walker Schmidt. Taylor Marie Schultz. Kaylee Nikel Scott. Philip Wade Scott.
Jake Ryan Sambritsky. Jackson Hamilton Shadle. Connor Thomas Shank. Katrina Lynn Sheffield. Andre Michael Shelton. Madeline Shannon Shields. Ryan Mark Shoemaker. Oscar Javier Simon. Julia Nicole Simpson. Keaton Michael Sims. Stratton Lee Sims, diploma presented by his father, Greg Sims, GCISD Facility Services Lead. Abel Waylon Smith. Sean Christian Sneed. Trey Matthew Snow. Maya Avery Soto. Ethan Christopher Spar, Certificate of Completion. Gary Michael Stapleton. Haley Michelle Stiegel. Carolyn Grace Stevens. Joshua Allen Steinley. Hannah G. Innocent Stockton. Abigail Elizabeth Stroop. Macy Leah Sullivan. Maggie Elizabeth Tabor. Anna Takashi. Abigail Lisa Tanner. Morgan Elizabeth Tanner. Samantha Dylan Tatum. Samuel John Taylor. Jade Taryn Tewin. Jordan April Allen Terrell. Seth Ryan Tejada. Colin Henry Thiel. Wendy Talisha Thornsberry. Chase Camry Tothrow. Trey Edwards Touchstone. Amy Isabella Tovar. George Michael Trejo. Christine Grace Trimmer. Madison Grace Tooley. Magdalena Velikova, foreign exchange student, Certificate of Completion. Alexandra Victoria Uceta. Jose Valdez Sanchez. Crisia Valladares. Matthew Craig Vance. Annalisa Nicole Vasquez. Litzy Giovanna Avila. Alexander Cole Vergara. Haley Ann Voigt. Adam Wade Watchell. Jackson Cole Wallace. Abigail Marie Walton. Hayden Zane Wampler. Nathaniel Timothy Ward. Juliet Suzanne Warner. Gretchen Elizabeth Webb. Sydney Marie Webster. Simone Leandra Wesley. Caitlin Michelle West. Christopher Travell Williams. Damian Colby Williams. Devontae Christopher Williams. Nicholas Creo Williams. Peyton Linnell Williams. Scott Joseph Williamson. Cambry Peyton Wilson. Haley Blue Wilson. Thomas Charles Wilson. Elizabeth Faith Winter. Matthew Saharit Wood. Ashton Donnelly Wright. Mason Zacharias Whitechie. Riley Ray Young. Jacob Thomas Zabalik. And last but not least, Callie Page Zinga.
Thank you. Graduates, please stand as I welcome Madeline Cox, Student Council President, to the podium.
Graduates, please join me in turning our tassels. Congratulations to the class of 2019. Audience, please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing of the Grapevine High School alma mater. The words can be found on the back of your programs. Please be seated. Please welcome Olivia Bradshaw to the podium for closing remarks.
Class of 2019! It's been a long 4 years, but we made it. We survived the great GHS fire of 2018, the endless construction of the MAC, the frigid cafeteria, a serious shortage in senior parking spots, and even hours of primping for prom. Not quite sure how we made it through that last one, ladies. In all seriousness, our class has been incredible. Maybe it's because we've had Principal Denning for all 4 years and have become the very definition of hashtag GHS unity. So, I searched for a quote as incredible as our class from some of the most inspirational figures in history to end our graduation ceremony. In the end, though, I found inspiration right here at Grapevine High School from a graduate who wasn't at the top of his class academically and wasn't a star athlete, but he's a rock star today and one of the most successful Mustangs in our school's history. He illustrates that what we are or are not today doesn't predict what we can be tomorrow. Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, rapper, Post Malone, has talked about himself, his belief in himself as the origin of his success. And even though he didn't respond to my tweet, I'm still a little salty about that one, I'd like to end with the immortal words from a song written by fellow alumni, that's us now, Post Malone. Don't worry, Mr. Denning. It's clean. I dreamed it all ever since I was young. They said I wouldn't be nothing. Now, they always say, congratulations. It is my honor to be the first to officially congratulate you on your graduation and on your future success. I believe in us. Class of 2019, out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Grapevine High School class of 2019. Congratulations to the parents and families of these graduates. Audience members, please remain seated until all graduates have exited the arena. Following the recessional, guests may exit at gates 2, 3, and 4 and meet your graduate outside on Moritz Plaza and Spaniola Drive. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to direct all guests outside to Moritz Plaza to greet your graduates. Guests can exit the building from gates 2, 3, and 4 of the College Park Center. Thank you for attending today's ceremony, and please drive home safely.